Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Not This Way Out by GDC. So this begins our October theme week. The first Monday of every month, we do a week, 7 puzzles that follow a theme. And the theme for this month or this week is chaos construction. So you're ready to expand your mind. We had some of these recently and people really enjoyed them. So we decided to do a week of them. They are difficult to set. So we're actually going to have 2 puzzles by GDC this week. And it sandwiches. So I'm going to do the first puzzle as GDC and the last puzzle will be GDC's. All right. But we do have unique setters for all the other ones. So why is it called chaos construction? Well, the history of that is back in 2020, a very famous setter called Fistamafel created a puzzle called Chaos Construction, where you had to discover the regions of the puzzle rather than them being given. So the regions exist, but you aren't given where they are. You have to figure it out by some rule set. And so the name kind of stuck as people just used that name to be like, hey, it's chaos construction rules, right? Where you're going to have to construct it, because there's already names for like the standard Sudoku boxes, and then there's irregular Sudoku, which sometimes called jigsaw. And so chaos construction just kind of inherits that kind of idea of, well, the regions are hidden and need to be discovered. So that's going to be called chaos construction. So that's where that comes from. Could have probably had a lot of names in Sudoku are historical and could have better, more descriptive names, but there's a little bit of charm to having these fun names. Anyway, so let's go over the rules to this puzzle. We know that it's going to be chaos construction, which means there's going to be hidden regions, but we need to figure out how we're going to determine those regions, which is often the biggest, related to other rules of the puzzle. So we still have Latin square rules, right? In every row and every column, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each without repetition. All right, so 1 to 6 in every row and column. Now, there are also regions in the grid. There are 6 regions in the grid that are contiguous, right? So just think about this would be a valid region here in purple, but what we can't do is like go diagonally. It has to be orthogonally contiguous. We certainly can't be disjoint like this. This won't be a region, right? So we're going to have to orthogonally grow. They all share edges in some way. I could do something like this. I could do something like this, right? But it's going to be 6 cells long, and it's going to contain the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each, as just like a row and column does. Now, now we're going to go over the rule that lets us complete this puzzle. So a digit in a cell with 1 or more arrows counts the number of region borders seen in all indicated directions combined. So the edge of the grid does not count as a region border. These 6 cells must contain 6 different digits. So let's say this was a 1. Then that means that there's a region border somewhere, maybe right here, and there's exactly 1 of them. And so these would be the same region as each other, and these would be the same region as each other. So we're counting 1 region border here. Now, if it was a 2, then maybe we would have 2 region borders, maybe like this. There's other options. And so then maybe we would have the purple, yellow, and green region. The edge of the grid does not count as a region border. Now, if we have more than 1 arrow, like this cell here, if this was, say, 5, we're counting that the total number of borders across all of these cells is 5. So it's the total number seen of all the directions combined. It's not that there's 5 this way and 5 this way, it's that in total there are 5. All right, I'm just cutting in right before I say that I'm about to get started, that I missed going over one of the rules, which is the 6 cells with arrows in them have the digits 1 to 6 uniquely. So you can think of that as an extra region as well. So if I put a 1, let's say I put a 3 here, then we can't put a 3 in any of these other arrow cells. So 1 through 6 are used exactly once each in those. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There is a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. We do try to keep these approachable, so I know the rules sound scary, but if you've been following along this series, I think you can handle it. Do give it a try, and I'm going to get started right now. So the first thing I see is this arrow is only pointing at 1 border. So I can actually draw a border here, and we know that this region we'll call green and this region we'll call purple are 2 different regions, and there has to be a 1 here. All right, now think about this green region here. It's not a 1 size region, so it has to have more cells, but there's only 1 cell that shares a border with it. So we got to grow there. This region has to grow. It's going to continue growing, but it could grow either of these directions or both. So we don't know. One thing we do know is that whatever digit goes here, it's going to see a region border. There's only two borders it could see. It could see this border and it could see this border. So it is a 1 or a 2. And there's definitely a border there, so which means it's not green. Well, okay. So let's think about this, right? You might say, well, it could be green if somehow green wraps around and touches this green. Then we would see two borders, and it could be a 2, right? We'd see two borders, but it would still be green. But my response to that would be, what are we doing with this cell? This cell needs to be part of a region. All cells are part of a region because there are 6 regions of size 6. There's 36 cells, and it can't be 6 in size. And you will find that it is impossible to surround a blob of 6 cells with with only 6 cells. So regions can't surround each other. So as a result, we can just use blue here and say this is a new region. But we don't know if there's a border here or both. Okay, now this could be pretty big. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be 1, 2, 3, 5. It could technically see 5 borders. I don't know if it's gonna, but there's probably some argument you can make right now that it's not 5, but I'm not gonna bother. I don't think that's what we need to do. Okay, so these both can be rather large. So what are we doing here? There must be something about this I'm not getting. This could grow here. It would force a lot, but it's not a problem. Ah, there's a rule I didn't go over. Shoot. Well, I guess I'll go over it now. These 6 cells must contain 6 different digits. So there are 6 cells with arrows on them, and they have to all be different digits from each other. So this can't be a 1. It has to be a 2, which then does build these borders here. So this one is orange. I'm really sorry for missing that in my rules explanation. I think I'm going to go back and I'll edit that in at the end. But I didn't go over that. But anyway, now, okay. So what did I do here? We know that these are 3 different regions because if there's a region border here, they can't be the same color. Cells across a region border must be 2 different regions. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a region border between them, right? There can't be a region border between these 2 greens, right? So now as a result, this orange needs to be these 6 cells. So it's got to grow, and it only has one way to grow. And now this green also needs to grow. It can't grow into this cell, so it's going to grow down. And now we know that green and orange are different because they do share a border, so we can draw that border there. Now green still has to keep growing. All right. Orange has 2 ways to grow now, but purple needs to grow twice in order to get out. That does create these region borders here. And I am going to actually, I'll just draw a border around the entire grid, just to make it match my other borders. I think it looks better. All right. So we know that 1 and 2 are gone from these. These are from 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess the question is, which one can be 6? I think both of these could be 6, but one of them is definitely 6. We can't put a 6 in the rest of the row. That's helpful. This sees 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can it actually see 4 borders? I'm going to be honest, I don't see why it couldn't. Okay. This sees 3 or 5 borders. Well, it can't see 5 borders. Ah, so it does see 4 borders. That's nice. So this can have a border here, here, and here, but we can't have borders between green cells. So that is 3. So it has to use all 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. The edges don't count. So that's a 3, and that makes that a 4, because they have to all be different. Also, they share a column. So this could be purple, though. We can't give it a color yet. But green has to keep going, and there's a border there. So this is green. Oh, and the 4 does create borders as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that 4 then has to be part of purple. If it was its own region, it would only be 1 in size. And purple still needs to keep growing. It grows here. And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It needs one of these 2 cells. We don't know which one. What we do know is the 3 starts a new region, because it can't reach the green, orange, or blue, and it would make purple too big. So we'll call that the yellow region. Even if yellow took this cell, it's still only 2 in size. It needs to take the 4. Then from there it can grow. Now we know that 3 and 4 are gone, so this is our 6, this is our 5. So we want to think about how many... So we do see this border here. That's 1. Green needs 1 more cell. Which means it... Okay, so if we count the borders, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's too many. I was going to say one of them can be removed because one of these will be green, which means one of those borders doesn't exist. But that just reduces it to 6. This orange needs to grow. That's helpful. That makes a border here, which means the blue needs to grow. Okay, blue could take all of these, and it's still not big enough. It's going to come down to this row. I don't know if that's helpful. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 regions. There's a 6th region somewhere. I wonder if I can find a cell that... Yeah, I think this cell can't be reached by any of the regions. I'm going to call that red. So can it be blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it could be blue. Darn. Maybe this cell then? Nah. Okay, I think all cells can be reached right now. Darn it. Okay, so that's not the logic we want to do. The 6, I mean, there's... It could see 1, 2, 3, 4... yeah, I can see so many. So how is this working? Purple's going to take one of these, for sure. Oh, purple cannot take this one, because look, it's a region border between purple and something else. So purple goes down here, and that finishes purple. Purple has 6 cells now. And so now this cannot be yellow, and it can't be purple. It doesn't reach green, orange, or blue. There's no way. So this is our final red region, and it has to grow out of here. That does make a border here, so now yellow has to keep going. Even if red took this cell, it's still not big enough. It has to continue to here, because it would run into green. And so that does mean yellow has to grow again. But red could now come up here and do something wild like that, so... let's see. I'm looking to see if there's any, like, Sudoku to do at this point, but I'm not seeing it. This one... Okay. Green is going to need a 4, and unless it grows exactly here, the 4 is going to end up here, because we have these 2 4s looking up. 4 for this row is here. I don't know. That doesn't seem to help me. So what color is this 6 in, then, I wonder? I think there are options. I think it comes down to these borders here. Red could do this. Okay, red can't take this cell. If red took this cell, it would have to do this. This would be 6 cells long, and yellow wouldn't have anywhere to go. So because yellow has to escape here or here, red is never... Yeah, since yellow... If yellow took this cell, obviously it's not red. And if yellow took this cell, red has to come up here, and it's not going to be able to come back around. And I don't think anything else can reach here, right? The only thing that could reach there... Yeah, green certainly can. It's got 1 more cell. So this has to be yellow, because it can't be orange, it can't be green, blue, red. We're out of regions. So that's yellow. And yellow's going to take 1 of these. And it's going to be done. I'm going to write 2, 5, 6 here, because whatever yellow takes, it's going to be a 2, 5, or 6 from this row. It's not going to get this digit from this row, so it's going to get it from this row when it moves up. Just like this 4. Oh, this ends up 4, because 4 needs to go in this column. So that's a 4. And I was saying that was probably where 4 was, unfortunately. Do I have anything that can grow here? Green is in one of these two. One of these is yellow. We don't know which. But then yellow stops. I'm kind of concerned about this. It doesn't have to be, I don't think it has to be 4 different regions, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, well, yellow can't reach to. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Let's say this was red. Then I think we can't do this because green would then go here, and this would be 6 long. It would be done. And now what's this going to be? It can't be red and it can't be green. So that's isolated. Right? It can't be red because otherwise there wouldn't be a border there. It can't be green because green is already 6 long. So that's not going to work. This has to be the green then, because it has to be red or green. It can't be anything else. So that's our green. Green is done. We get these borders. How many does 5 see now? It sees 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to see one more border over here. Oh no, it sees this as well. Hold on. No, it's only these 2 directions. Sorry. It's these 2 directions. So it sees 1, 2, 3. It needs to see 2 more borders. That's these 2. It has to see those borders. So it sees 1. No, sorry. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. So even if red took all of this, it couldn't expand to the right because of these walls. And so it would need one more cell. So it's going to take that, which then means yellow takes that one. I'm not surprised, but I had to make sure. And now red can't take both of these. Right? Because if because there wouldn't be a border. So red is going to come up to here, or it's going to come up to here to finish. Now, if it came up to here, the orange. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, what about this? What region is this in? I'm going to argue it can only be blue because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Orange can't reach. Yellow's done. Red is bordered off from it. Green is done. Purple's done. So yeah, this is blue. And so this comes all the way up here. And if it connected here, this would be isolated. So it definitely connects this way. And now blue is done. Okay. And so I think the only way we're doing this is, well, we might have to get digits because we could do red like this and then orange like this. That seems reasonable. Or we could do red like this and then orange like this. And that also seems reasonable. So we don't know how this finishes yet. So let's do Sudoku then. Maybe digits will help. Because I think the 6 is going to help us. So this 2 and 5 go down here. This is a 2-5 pair, which means this cannot be 6. There's definitely, this is 2, 5, 6. This can't be the 6 either. So the 6 goes here. Now this is not 5 or 6. No, sorry, I messed up. We will do 6 though. This can only be 2 or 5 because, okay, so sorry, I went way too fast there. Let's take a step back. So this column needs 2 and 5 and they can't repeat in the blue. So the 2 and 5 are going to end up down here. Now this digit here needs to go in this row somewhere and it can't repeat in the yellow. So it's going to go here. So these are clones of each other. Whatever digit they are, they're the same. And now this row needs a 6 and this 6 is not here. So we can place the 6. We have a 2-5 pair. So that places the 1 as well. There we go. And these are the same digit. We just don't know what digit it is. Now these are from 1, 3, 4, 6. I'm going to mark that out. 1, 3, 4, 6. Because this isn't 4. That's not 6. That's not 4. That's not 1. This is 1, 3, 6 as well. That's not a 3. Okay, the rest of this green region is 1, 2, 3, 6. So the 3 is not in these 3. The 3 ends up right there. So that's not a 3. And that's not a 3. That places this 3. So those aren't 3s. We get a deet deet doot in the corner. Very nice. This column needs a 1, 2, and 6. It's not a 1. I was thinking about 1 in orange, because we have this one and this one. So if orange took this leg, then the 1 would have to go there, but that seems reasonable. This is not 5, 6. See, the rest of this row is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's not a 4 either. Yeah, there's a 4 in the... Yeah. So it's not 1 or 4, so it's 2, 3. This is 1, 2 only. There's a 3, 4 already in the green. And this can't be 2. This is 1, 3, 4. We don't know what region it's in. Okay. So here we need 2, 3, 5, 6. So the 6 is in one of these two. This can't be 3, so this is 2, 5, 6. Is there not more to do here? Take a drink of water. This is we have 3, 4, 5. So this is 1, 2, 6. That's not a 1, but importantly, that means in this column we need a 5, and this 5 says not here. So there's a 5 here. That makes that 2 and that 2. That's helpful. That's a 5. This is 3. This is a 5, 6 pair now. Ooh, and the 5 tells us the order. That's 6, that's 5. We get our 1, 6, and 2 finished. We get our 1, 6, and 2 finished here. That gives us the 4, 1, and 6. That's a 4. Okay, so now we know orange doesn't go down here because this 6 can't take another 6. So the orange is going to take these two. Yeah, okay, so let's think about this, right? Let's say orange took this cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then went down here. No, that would be fine. Okay, even if orange took this cell, it gets blocked off by the 6. It can't take this 6. It can't have 2 6s in orange. So it will take 1, 2, 3, 4. It will take these two. And now it has to take this one, and now red takes these, right? Those are the options. Okay. Now we can draw those borders, and we are done with the regions, and now we should be able to finish the Sudoku. So this is 3, 5. This 5 tells us that's 3 and that's 5. We need a 1 for the orange region. This column needs a 3. And we're down with 2 and 4. And we're done. Correct solution. Nice. Now the solution checker only checks the digits, but the likelihood of the digits being correct and the regions not is very low. So cool. Yeah, really neat puzzle, GDC. Nice, nice difficult one to start our chaos constructions with. But yeah, this introduced a lot of the different concepts that you might want to use there. Now, not all of our chaos constructions this week will use this same mechanic. So there'll be some mechanic that we have to use to then discover where our regions are. So hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.